to do an exercise called pedal power, and this is a great way for you to learn what's called syncopated pedaling, which is something that piano players do all the time. And so let's talk a little bit about what is on your page here. So we already know that the damper pedal is the pedal to the far right. This is the one that we use most often, and it is called the damper pedal because what it does on the inside of the piano is it lifts the felts called the dampers off the strings. And this allows the strings to continue to vibrate, which makes the sound ring. We already know that because we can hold down the pedal and play a chord and take our hand away, and yet we can still hear that chord ringing there. So that's how the damper pedal works. We always use our right foot for the damper pedal, and we keep the heel on the floor. That's real important when you're using the pedal, to keep that heel on the floor. And so a lot of times if your heel won't go on the floor, that means you're probably sitting too close to the keyboard and you need to move your bench back so that you can comfortably place your heel on the floor and still push the pedal down. So when we look at pedal markings, we already know about the bracket that tells us to put the pedal down, and then we hold it as long as that line is straight, and then when that bracket comes up at the end, we lift the pedal. So what we're looking at here today are these little arrows or little triangles that are pointing up within that pedal marking, and that's going to tell us to lift the pedal but then to put it right back down. So when we say up, we're going to bring that pedal up, and then when it says down, we're going to put it right back down. And it happens very, very quickly. Usually we lift the pedal just as we're playing the very next chord, and then we put the pedal down right after we play that chord. So that's why we call it syncopated pedaling, because we're not lifting and playing at the same time, or putting the pedal down and playing at the same time. They're kind of off from each other. So for this exercise, I start on a C major chord, and I know you can't see my foot right now, but as I play that C major chord, I'm going to say these words, up, down, and then I'm going to move my hand, and as I play this chord, I'm going to lift the pedal. Up, down, move hand, 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 up, down, move hand. So as my hand goes down to play the chord, that's when my foot is actually coming up, and then it goes down immediately after that. Let's see if I can adjust this a little bit so that you can see my feet on the damper pedal. I'm not sure if I can. I can just bring it over here so you can kind of see how I'm doing that. So if you'll watch my foot, here I am playing the chord. So let's see, we can get back here a little bit. So I'll play the chord up, down, and move my hand, up, down. Oh, I didn't do that right. Let's try it again. I'm trying to hold the iPad and do all of this with my hand and my foot at the same time, so it's a little tricky. So up, down. Now I'm going to move my hand, up, down, 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 move hand, up, down, move hand, up, down, move hand. So that's how we're going to do that pedal power exercise. Now, once you have done it with the right hand, you can also go in and do the same thing with the left hand and really focus on that pedaling process where you are putting your hand down at the same time that you're lifting up the pedal. Right now, it may take a lot of concentration. Once you get used to it, it will come very, very naturally. So we can try the same thing with the left hand. Up, down, move hand, 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 up, down, move hand. And then finally we can put hands together. Up, down, move hand, 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 up, down, move hand. So always remember that you're going to play the chord and then the pedal goes down right after you play that chord, and that will make sure that the notes that you want to be ringing are the notes that are actually ringing.